Here we are. I'm in my last week back on Swan. Thought I'd give you a quick update before bedtime. Not long been here, just literally got the last rod out probably 5 minutes ago. I missed a week last week because the weather, as you know, was absolutely sweltering, 36 degrees, and there's no point coming to pay day ticket prices if you're going to fish in that crap, because you're just not going to catch. But I'm back here now after missing last week, so we're on week 5 still, and still haven't blanked, so still feeling positive. So really this is sort of make or break, but mind you, saying that, I said I'd keep coming until I blanked. So far I haven't blanked, so we'll see what happens. This week's meant to be my last week, this is week 5 here, but if I have a good session, I've got 2 nights on my hand, well, tonight and tomorrow night, and leave early morning on the last day, so about 38-hour session. But got the baiting pretty nice little spread out there. Got 3 rods all tight on the spot this time. I haven't spread the rods apart, I've kept them all really tight this time, just because this peg I know produces fish when you fish them quite tight. There's a nice little clear spot out there, and I've managed to get all 3 rods on it. So we shall see what happens, but for now it's looking pretty good. The rods are in. The middle rod didn't go out the best, to be honest. If I had a bit more time on my hands before dark, I would have recast it. Thought I'd have a quick chat with you, because last night my battery went. A bit of a div there. I only charged up 1 battery. I'll have to make it work. So we're on the first morning, so I got here late last night. Nothing happened in the night, as per usual. This usually happens on here. It's usually early morning bites. So it's 6:30 in the morning, and I thought I'd let you have a quick look at the peg I'm in. So I'm about halfway down on Swan, back in week 5, as I said last night before the camera rudely turned itself off. And old matey opposite me over there, I don't know if you can see near that seagull, I just had a fish. Not sure how big. Looks pretty decent size, but it's hard to tell from such a distance. And you can see my rod's just down there near the water's edge. I've had to bivvy back up on the bank where it's a little bit flatter. I feel confident, you never know. It could happen. I think the fish are just starting to push down now. I've just had a fish top right on the spot. Unbelievable, right on my rods. Awesome, absolutely awesome. Oh mate, you couldn't see it, it's just to the left behind the tree. Just over that way a little bit. So it's bang on bite time now for the next 2 hours. And hopefully I'll be able to give you an update with a fish on the bank. So I'm doing really well here in week 5. I haven't blanked yet, first 4 weeks, which is pretty good for Swan. As you guys know at home, there's not many fish in here. There's only about 60-70 fish, I should imagine. Maybe a couple more. And yeah, I've had an awesome 4 weeks, to say the least. Having the box common last week, or not last week, the week before. It didn't come last week, it was way too hot. We had that heat wave, didn't we, here in England, 35 plus, and probably some of the muggiest weather I've ever felt in my life. Could barely breathe, so I didn't bother coming. I'm not going to pay day ticket prices if in that sort of heat and come and blank. I'd rather wait and bide my time, and here I am, the week after the last, here for another night. So I got down late last night. I only got the rods in probably probably half 8, 9 o'clock time the last rod went out. So I was really battling for light. Hence why you only got a late update. I'm here now, week 5, first morning, and I've just had a fish crash on the spot, so things are looking up. I've got a new recruit with me. You know, I obviously bring Mercy. I'm well known for bringing my bulldog puppy. Look. Let's have a look at her. Let me zoom out quickly, guys. And there's my new recruit. Let me just get a focus on that. And there we go. She's eating the bed. What do you think you're doing, girl? So I've got Mercy. Merce? Merce? Who's my moo moo? Come on, look up. Say hello to the camera. And then look at that dear little thing. Her name is Jessie. Jess, say hello. So I now have 2 companions. Rules are that the missus let me keep her finally after fighting and arguing over it for the last 8 weeks. So if I do keep her, she has to come fishing with me every week with Mercy, which I don't mind. I do not mind one bit. So there you go. Anyway, back to the fishing. I'm sure you'll see more of Jessie and Mercy. Let me zoom back in. Sorry guys. There we go, and we're back in action. So while I was doing that, I was actually looking, and I actually had a fish roll about 15-20 yards behind the spot that time. It's a small common, probably about upper double, maybe low 20 common. It weren't a big fish, only a little pup. Only a little pup, but I don't mind, any fish will do. So I said this week was going to be my last week. Obviously I've had a fantastic 4 weeks fishing. Outstanding, to be honest. I can't ask for much more than that off Swan. It is fishing pretty well, to be honest. It's doing quite a few fish. Our mate, he has mentioned opposite me, he's had one this morning. I watched him, and yeah, looking promising. Who knows, if I do have a, you know, if I manage to pinch a bite or 2 this week, maybe I will come back next week. We'll see how it goes, and we'll keep an eye on the weather as usual. And if it doesn't get too hot, and I do manage to pinch a fish, it'd be nice if I got back in this spot. Like I say, I mentioned it's about halfway down the lake. It used to be a producing spot. It's been pretty much neglected recent because it stopped doing fish, which is more than fine for me. It means I can get down midweek and hopefully get back in it. We'll see. But I'll keep you updated, and I'll give you an update a bit later on this afternoon or this evening. Hopefully sooner if I have a fish. For now, I'll speak to you soon. Look at these two. Best buddies already. First trip down for the new pup. They're already settling in nicely. Bit of bulldog play. Sounds bad, but it's perfectly innocent. She's got some balls, little Jess, she has. She's got some balls. She's now hiding under the car, that. She's lost her balls. Mercy one. Jess, get out of there now! Out! Come on! Get oil on you! Come here! Get out! You can just about make her face out under there, that. Little cow. Jessie, come on out. Mercy's circling the van waiting for her to peep her little head out that hole. Here she is, Mercy. She's back under the van. Well, that's enough about Jess and Mercy anyway. Back to the fishing. It looks good. Sun's out a little bit. It's warmed up about 4 or 5 degrees. On some lakes you'd write today off, but been to know the place pretty well, I guess. I still think it looks bang on for a bite, believe it or not. It's only 10 to 10 in the morning on the first morning, but it's looking good. There's still a lot of fish about. The fish are spread out, they're not shouldered up, holding up together and stuff. They're getting about, which is the main thing. It means they're passing through a lot of spots. So right out there, is where I've got my rods. A little bit to the left of the peg. Ah, they're still going at it behind me. Jessie, come out of there now. She keeps hurting herself, jumping up on her back. Oh no, she's got a little stick. Come on out, you little mongrel. Come on. Jessie. Right. So as I was saying, out there is my spot. I've got 3 rods on a tight spot, which I don't always do. Not here anyway, but felt right for this week. Got a nice ripple pushing over the top now. It's not a strong wind, but it's a ripple. It's what we want. Hopefully that sun will just die off and the cloud cover will push back over a little bit. It's due to push over a bit cloudier this afternoon. Maybe do a spot of rain about 4 or 5 o'clock time, which would be nice. So, there you are. I shall speak to you guys soon, hopefully for an update for a fish. Just thought I'd switch the camera on for a few minutes and give you a catch up on what's going on. It's looking pretty good, the rods are out. Put a bit more bait in for this evening. It's my last night now. Done last night, got here late last night, and I got tonight. But I can't hang around till tomorrow afternoon, but I got here and yeah, no, it didn't feel really like it was going to happen until tonight, to be honest. Tonight is what I've been waiting for. This whole session and me arranging my arrival time is just around tonight, and we'll see if it pays off. But across there you can't really see over there. Look, also there's been a bit of a row just now. The guy on the left, let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. Right over there, see them 2 pegs in the distance? The guy on the second peg out is trying to cast over both pegs, and then them other guys have come while he's been asleep, and he's trying to tell him you can't cast there when that's the best peg on the lake. So they've obviously not listened and they're going ahead with it, but they'll be sending their bait boat out shortly. So there you go, there's a better picture right across there. I'll leave it zoomed in for a minute because they're about to put a rod out. But you got to laugh when someone tries to do that, takes the best 2 pegs on the lake and wants a quarter, you know, well, an eighth of the lake to himself on when every peg's taken on a busy day to get water. You've got to allow for other people's arrival. You don't want to be putting bait in and then having to move your rods, you know, 24 hours after, spreading your bait all over the place. It's no good. So I generally pick a peg with quite a bit of water, or a peg that I know no one's going to jump in beside me. Hence why I'm here. It's a steep hill to my right, steep hill to my left. No one really wants to camp on the steep hill, which suits me down to the ground. But look, they're in the waders now over there. Can you see? You can see, that's good. Just the right amount of light for you guys at home. But he's going to go straight over his lines, he's right across. Our mate is fishing the out of bounds reed line from the second peg out. Well, we'll see what happens. Oh, he's taking his time. Right, well, for those who have just tuned in, obviously I won't be here next week, I don't think. I think I've proven what I needed to prove on this lake. I brought a new bait, my new bait. Well, I've helped design it, to probably one of the hardest day ticket waters in the country, and I thought I'd start off just there. So if you guys want to keep following me, I'm off to Monk's Pit next for 6 weeks, and I'll be doing a 6-week campaign on there and trying to tap into 1 or 2 of the A team out of there. That's going to be no pushover though this time of year. The kelp weeds sort of 13 foot in places. So it's a bit of a boat jobby, but I'm sure we'll get through, get plenty of camera action. So after this week, if you don't see me again, which hopefully you will do, either tonight or tomorrow morning, jump in and follow me on Monks and see how the bait does there, and see what this bait actually does. I keep saying that it's the best bait I've ever used, and we'll see. 6 fish out of Swan in 4 weeks is nothing to grumble at, especially when I've had a member of the A team, the biggest common in the lake. Yeah boy, oh, I still can't believe I had it. It's an amazing feeling to have I've had now the 2 biggest commons out of this lake, and on Kingfisher I've had 1140s out of there now, so that takes me up to 13 or so 40s off the complex now. Getting through them, but I'm obviously done on Kingfisher. My time over there will be no more. I'll have the odd little dabble on Swan here and there, trying to get that Z fish, but I shall be back on Monks, and hopefully you guys follow. It's going to be very different fishing to this. I suppose you've got a bit of everything at Monks. You've got snags, you've got open water fishing, you've got the shallows, you've got bars, humps, small little bays, reed lines. We'll go and test that new bait and see how we get on there. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon, and if not, keep tuning in to watch. Here we are on the last morning of my 2-night trip this week, and I got one. Not a massive fish, one of the babies of Swan, but still, I don't mind. It's a bite. It's another week I haven't blanked. Give it a quick wash, not massive. Just as a thought, just over £21. It's only a baby by Swan standards, but very welcome. And it still looks good for another bite. I just got the rod back out on the spot before showing you guys. Still a few fish out and about there. I'll get her up and have a little look at her. Looks like she's putting her weight back on after spawning nicely. Get her up, hopefully she'll behave at some point. Have a nice little swan carp, just over £20 or so, or just about the 21 mark should I say. Very nice fish, very happy. Brilliant. It's nice to get woke up by a bite, full stop, it don't matter how big they are. Hopefully I'll get a grandma shortly. But you can see it's a lovely, lovely fish. Another bluebell stunner. Have a quick look at the other side. Let's get a few different scales on. I really think there's another bite on the card still, so I'll be pretty quick. There you go, gal. And there's the other side. Lovely. Keep it nice and wet this time of year. Lovely. Beautiful little carp. Right, I'm going to get a couple of still shots and I'll speak to you shortly. Hi guys, looks like it's goodbye for now. Sadly my quest on Swan is over. I've enjoyed myself, I've had some cracking fish along the way. It's been lovely to come back and get into a few, definitely. For those who have been following, keep following because I'm off to Monks. And hopefully I'll get a few beauties out of there to show you. Definitely keep following because it's going to be interesting on Monks. I don't really know the place very well at all. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens on there. There's some big fish in there, there's a 50 called Porky, some good backup 40s and a lot of 30s, so we'll just see what happens. But until next time, tight lines and I'll see you soon.